Welcome to the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Sheldon Moore. That's my guy, Charles Jackson. How you doing?
Yo, what's up, bro? Hey man, these NBA Cup games, they're really good. It's been some really good games.
That Cavs and Celtics one, that was a good
Yeah,
game. That was a
that
good
was a really
game.
good game.
That was a good game. But I'm good, though. I mean, doing okay in fantasy. Won my bet against you against the Eagles because he was talking that smack. That was if anybody, I wish it was recorded, but it was a off pod conversation. Long story short, man's was tripping, hating. Hating was crazy. The hate was crazy. Hyping up
Philly
Jaden
ain't going
Daniels.
nowhere.
What?
Philly's not
No,
doing
no,
anything
no.
this
What
year,
did you tell?
dog.
No. What did you tell me?
I know
What
I
did you
said Jaden Daniels was gonna light y'all up. That's what I said.
and what did he do?
He ain't do shit.
He was trash.
He
And
was
what did you say
trash.
about our secondary?
No, y'all secondary still suspect.
Oh,
Y'all
that was
secondary still suspect. It's
no.
still
But what?
suspect.
No, you didn't say suspect.
I
You
did
said
say
they were
suspect.
terrible. You said they were
Man, they're
terrible.
suspect.
You said they were terrible. And Quinyon Mitchell, and you be on social media. I know you been seeing them stats against them wide receiver ones, and he be locking them down. I know you've seen them. Never again, brother. Never again. Don't talk about the Eagles ever again. Stay over there with the Bears. Stay over there. Stay over there with them. But no, though, this is another episode of the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. Follow us on all social media platforms. Like, comment, and subscribe. First thing we're going to start off with is the same thing every single week. Our weekly power rankings. This is week 4. So, I'll start from 10 as per usual. At number 10, I got the Los Angeles Clippers. At number 9, I got the Minnesota Timberwolves. At number 8, I got the Orlando Magic. At number 7, I got the New York Knicks. At number 6, I got the Houston Rockets. At number 5, I got the OKC Thunder. At number 4, I got the Golden State Warriors. At number 3, I got the Los Angeles Lakers. At number 2, I got the Cleveland Cavaliers. And at number 1, I got the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, this is way different from mine. At 10, I got the Denver Nuggets. At 9, I got the Minnesota Timberwolves. At 8, I got the Knicks. At 7, I got the Magic. At 6, I got the Lakers. At 5, I got the Rockets. 4, the Thunder. 3, the Warriors. 2, the Cavs, and 1, the Celtics. I'm surprised you had the Lakers so high.
Look what the Lakers been doing.
I mean, yeah, they on like a 6-game winning streak, but they are against weak teams. Like they're doing what they're supposed to do. Don't get me wrong, but they haven't even beaten anybody good to
I can't fault
really move them
the
that far
schedule,
up.
though. I can't fault that. Like
No, I'm not saying fault the schedule. They still deserve to move up, but you had them at what, 3?
Yes, I feel like in that span from the last time we played, they have been playing better than the Warriors, and they have been playing better than OKC, who just lost to the Spurs. How does that happen? How do you lose to the Spurs at home? No, they won at home. But how do you lose to the Spurs? And I think they've been playing better than Golden State, and Golden State just lost to the Clippers. So, yes, I think they've been playing better than them. And the Rockets have had some, they beat the Clippers. Like, depends on how you rate the Clippers. Do what you want with that. Then you lost to the Bucks. Now that was off a Dame game winner. You know, they played tight with them because Giannis got that block.
Mm-hmm.
But I think LeBron James, he been hooping. AD has been amazing. Dalton Connect has been so good in the starting lineup. He might have to stay in the starting lineup. Austin Reeves,
No, he
just
has
like how
to.
Austin Reeves is.
He has to.
D'Lo is playing good in his role. He's playing good in his role as a 6-man. Still need bench players, but that's neither here or there. I just think the Lakers have earned to be number 3. But I think you had them at 6. I'm not upset at that.
I mean, on top of that, like I said, the Lakers haven't really played anybody. And then the weak teams that they did play, they were close wins. Like they barely won against the Pelicans. And then as far as with the Rockets have 3-1 on the week since we last talked. And they had 3 blowouts out of those 4 games. And they lost to the Bucks, by Dame's game winner. But they've been blowing teams out. Their defense has been amazing. To me, they've been playing better than the Lakers. Because the Lakers, they're supposed to be blowing these weak teams out. And the Rockets are doing what they're supposed to. And they don't have an AD or a LeBron James. But, I mean, Lakers, they had a really good week.
I mean, what are the Bucks? What are they?
Well, we consider them a playoff team, so.
Well, I'm talking about right now. What are they
right now? They're cheeks. Right now, they cheeks.
All right, then. So you lost to a cheek team. And what do we consider the Clippers?
I consider the Clippers a good team.
So you basically only beat one team.
And who has the Lakers beat?
I mean, I'm just keeping the same energy. I'm just saying, though.
But those wins that the Rockets have, they've blown them out. The Lakers haven't blown any of those weak teams out.
Okay.
I mean, a win is a win.
I get it. If it's a blowout, it's more convincing. I get it. I understand that. I get it.
Especially if you got LeBron and Anthony Davis. Like the Spurs game. That was a close game.
But they just lost to a cheat team. You just said the Bucks are cheeks. That's what you just said. And you just lost to a cheat team.
I mean, but we still consider them a playoff team because they have Dame and Giannis.
But the thing is, okay, what are the Bulls?
The Bulls are cheeks. They're cheeks.
So blowing out. So we're praising them for blowing out a cheat team.
Yes. Those are the team.
What are the Pacers?
The Pacers are a playoff team. They're a good team.
What are they right now, though?
What are they standings in the? I think they in the top 8.
They're 6-9. They're 6-9. They're 9th in the standings. They're 9th.
So they still in the playoff hunt.
They're cheeks. The Pacers right now are cheeks. So from when the last time we spoke, they've only beaten one good team. And the Lakers, if you want to say the Grizzlies are a somewhat good team, they beaten one good team too.
No, the Grizzlies don't have Ja.
Okay. All right.
The Grizzlies don't have Ja.
All right.
I'm not saying the Lakers. The Lakers shouldn't be at 3. They should not be at 3. That's too high.
Who'd you have at 3?
The Warriors.
All right.
Only people I can see you probably putting them over is the Thunder, and that's because the Thunder went. I think they went like 2-2.
I mean, you got the Warriors at 3. Since the last time we talked, they've only played 3 times. They played the Grizzlies. They didn't have Ja. You lost to the Clippers, and you beat the Hawks.
Yeah, it's the way those wins look though. Like for instance, Sheldon, if
they only blew them out one time.
That's like the Celtics.
They only blew out
that's like the Celtics. That's like the Celtics beating the Hawks by 1 point. Like, yeah, you still won because you're the best team. You're supposed to win, but that's not a good win. That's an ugly win. That doesn't hold that much weight.
So technically, the Warriors ain't got a good win in this span. So we count blowing the Hawks out a good win.
Yes, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to blow them out. They suck.
They're cheeks. If they're cheeks, why does that matter? Who?
Because if you're winning by 1 to a cheat team, that means you had a terrible game. That's not a good win. A good win against a cheat team is beating them by 20 plus. That's because that's what you're supposed to do. You're a top team in the West.
So beating the cheek Hawks, losing to in your opinion, a good Clippers team, and barely beating a team with no job, that puts them over the Lakers, who are on a 6-game winning streak. So basically, you're praising that Hawks win over the Lakers' 6-game winning streak. That's basically what you're telling me.
Before they even lost to the Clippers, they were on a 3-game win streak anyway.
But we're talking about what
they beat the Thunder. They played the Mavs.
But what from when we was on the podcast last Thursday. So whatever they did that week before just doesn't count as of
No,
right
it
now. It just
still
doesn't
matters.
count.
What do you
No,
mean?
we're
It
going
still
off of
matters.
what we're seeing now. We're going off from that Thursday to now this Thursday. They only played 3 games from then. That was Friday against the Grizzlies. No job. They won by 6. You lose to the Clippers, then you blow out the Hawks. That's what they've done.
Bro, and then on top of that, bro, their defense has been amazing. The last 2 games, they hold opponents under 105 points. The Lakers are having close games with weak teams.
But the Lakers doesn't have a good defense. You tell me the Lakers had good defense last week?
Bro, the Lakers are supposed.
You just said last week that the Lakers had a good. You like what they've been doing on defense. The Lakers don't have a good defense. You said that. You said that last week. Literally. Like, what are we doing?
No. Ask your Lakers, what are they doing? They had a 5-point win. They had a 5-point win against the Spurs. They had a 5-point win against the Pelicans with no Zion, with no CJ, with no DeJounte.
Okay.
And then they had a 6-point win against the Utah Jazz. Out of those 1, 2, 3, out of those 3 teams that they played, all of them are a bottom seed, besides probably the Spurs. The rest of them suck. They're lottery teams.
So once again, okay, wait. So let me get this straight. From when? Because you going off of Friday. This is from Friday to now, because you started with the Spurs, right? Okay, so even though the Lakers won all those games to now, the Warriors have beaten the Grizzlies. You claim that's not a good win because there's no Ja. That's what you just said. So whatever. You lost to the Clippers and you blow out the Hawks. So from what I'm getting, because you kept saying how they've been winning, so I guess that Hawks blowout is just gonna put them over whatever the Lakers have done, even though the Warriors just lost the other day.
Not only that, but the loss to the Clippers, it wasn't a bad loss.
But they lost. But it's a loss, though.
It's how you lose, though. I understand that. W's and L's, I understand that. But there's a way that you win and a way that you lose. If you're supposed to be this top team in the West or the East or in the league, and you're only beating these weak teams by 1, yes, you still won, but that's still a scary sight, because down the future, are you really going to beat these good teams? You're barely beating the weak teams. The weak teams, you're supposed to show your dominance against.
Where'd you got the Thunder?
It's like a consolation game for when you play the good teams.
Where'd you have the Thunder?
I had the Thunder at 4.
Okay, all right. I thought I was about to say, because I don't even think the Thunder been top 4. We're being honest. You lose to the Mavericks with no Luka. You lose to the Spurs with no Wemby, no Devin Vassell.
Oh, first of all, they got out rebounded. They didn't have no big that game. It does not. Chilling. We all know that if you get out rebounded and you have turnovers, you're gonna lose a game.
No one was. Oh my God. No, I did not hear. Nobody was talking about them getting out rebounded when they go on that super small ladder when they was getting W's. Now when they lose, now it's hey, they're getting out rebounded. And then you barely beating the Blazers. So what are we doing now?
Of course, if they're winning, we're not going to say anything because they're winning. But this is the problem with going small. You get out rebounded. They got out rebounded 53-29. That's terrible. And they still only lost by what, 2? They played a perfect game.
But they lost. It doesn't matter.
God,
lose.
You have to understand there's a difference in a good loss and a bad loss. That was a great loss. They played perfect and lost by 2.
So you like moral
rebounded by 30.
So you like moral victories.
That's a good moral victory for your team. That helps for well down the line in the playoffs.
All right, you love moral victories, even though we just lose to the Mavericks without their best player.
It's deeper than that.
But you lost. It doesn't matter. That's a W. You're supposed to win that. Were they not supposed to win that? Answer the question. Was they not supposed to win that game? Was they not? Answer the question, Charles. Were they not supposed to win that game?
Use your critical thinking skills, my brother. It don't have to be just surface level. It wins or losses. Yes, that's what we're counting. But it's deeper than that. You have to go beyond that, not just surface level.
Were they not supposed to win that game? Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
Against the Mavericks, yes, they were.
And they lost. So all that doesn't matter at that point. It doesn't matter. And
You're making it seem like the Mavericks are a weak ass team, though.
Oh, now they're weak. Oh, okay. All right.
I said you're making it seem like the Mavericks are a weak team.
No, I'm saying, but they didn't have Luka. You're supposed to win that game. It doesn't matter that you lost by 2 points. Who cares?
They don't have Luka. You don't have Chet or Hartenstein.
I guarantee you, if I look, they were probably favored by at least 5 points. If I go look, I guarantee you they was favored by that much.
Even if they were favored by 3 or 5 points, they were favored to win. It was still,
it
was still thought of as a close game, Sheldon, which means it could have went any other way. If it's only,
let me go look. Let me look real quick.
Bro, it's a difference, but you have to understand, bro. It's a difference in W's and L's in the league.
They were favored by 8 points.
Good W's, bad W's.
They were favored by 8 points. So they basically were saying, y'all was basically supposed to not easily win that game, but win that game. If you're favored by 8 points with no Luka, and the fact that you lost, that's bad. It doesn't matter. I get what you're saying. Yes, you got out rebounded. Fine, whatever. But we knew that coming in. It's not like we didn't know. Y'all lost to a Lukeless Mavericks team. That doesn't matter. Then you play the Spurs. If I go look at that, I guarantee you they was probably favored by at least 5 again. You're supposed to win those games. The Spurs are not good. Are they better than last year? At this point, yes. But you're better than them. And somehow, some way, you lost. They were favored by 11 points and you lose. Like, come on. That's not good. And then yesterday, you barely beat the freaking Blazers. Like, come on. Like we gotta be serious. So basically, losing to, you just said the Mavericks aren't a good team, lost to a not good team. You lost to the Spurs, but somehow, some way, you're gonna have them over the Lakers just because they're in close games with weak teams. But I mean, they won though. We're going off of W's. As long as you win, who cares? Like, that's all that matters. You win. Like, come on, bro. That's all I'm saying. You're basically praising the Warriors beating the Hawks by 30 more than the Lakers being on a 3-game winning streak in that stretch. That's basically what you're doing.
Like I said, I'm not saying that the Lakers are not playing good basketball, but to rank them at number 3, that's too high. That's way too high.
Then the Thunder shouldn't be at 4 then. Thunder shouldn't be at 4 then, if that's the case.
What? Now, that Spurs loss, I would give you that Spurs loss. That was a bad loss. That was a very bad loss. But the Mavericks are still a good team without
You just said they suck. You just said they weren't a good team. That's what you just said.
No, I did not. I said you. Bro, open up your ears. I said you are making them seem like they are a bad team. I never said that they were a bad team. Why would I call my Mavs a bad team if I believe in them? Why would I call them a bad team? They're not a bad team without Luka. They're still a good team without Luka. I never once said that they were a bad team.
I thought they won your Mavs.
Instead of responding, listen, my brother.
I thought they won your Mavs. I thought they won your Mavs.
They are. They have my 2 favorite players on there.
But when I said that, you said no.
I said I don't follow teams. I follow my players. So if my player is on that team, then I am a fan of that team.
I got to go back and look at the tape because I was like,
yeah, you do.
I said, Charles, you're low-key a Mavericks fan. And you said no. And I said, I said your 2 favorite players are on the same team. So technically you are. And you stand by and said no. That's what you said. Did you not tell me that?
Regardless, bro, to get back on conversation, the Lakers, they are a good team, but they do not need to be 3rd. 4th or 5th, I will give you, but 3rd? No, that's too high. That means you're telling me that they are the 3rd best team in the league right now?
And from that span, they have been. From that span.
I don't agree.
The Thunder haven't been, and they just got 2 L's. How is that possible?
I said the Thunder are the 4th best team in the league right now.
But they're higher than the Lakers.
Yeah, they are.
But the Lakers have been better than them in that span. From basically Thursday to now, the Lakers have been better than them. You just lost to 2 not good teams. The Mavericks lost. You don't have Luka Doncic, who we consider our MVP favorite and a top 3 player in
No,
the
80's
league, and you
mine.
lose, and you're at home. Wait, were they at home? I don't know. Doesn't matter. You lose that game. Who cares? You're not supposed to lose. They were favored by 8 points.
Yeah, they were at home.
The Thunder?
Yeah, they was at home.
So that makes it even worse. You lose to no Luka at home. You lose to the Spurs with no Wemby, no Devin Vassell, no Jeremy Sohan. You basically let Keldon Johnson and old Chris Paul beat you. That's not supposed to happen. And you only beat the Blazers, who they just beat them by 40 last year, and earlier this year almost by 40. You only beat them by 10 points. I'm saying you're not being consistent. How can the Lakers not be at least up there? Actually, I'll take that back. I don't care if you think they're not at 3. They should at least be in the top 5 then. If that's the case, because they have been playing better than the Thunder in that stretch of games. They have been. That's just the truth. It doesn't matter that they've been beating these weak teams by like 6 points, but they have won the game. That's all that matters at this point. They have won the game. That's all I'm saying, though. Because the Magic, they've been killing too. So, because where do you have the Magic?
7.
Yeah, I mean, I had them at 8. If that's the case, we should be putting them up at the top. We should.
No.
All right, then. That's all I'm saying. But
the Rockets have been playing better than the Lakers. Like I said, bro, like the thing is, I understand what you mean. I'm gonna keep reiterating this. Yes, the Lakers, they are on the 3-game winning streak in that time period. But showing how you win a game shows how good of a team you are and shows your dominance in the league. Like the Celtics. If the Celtics was barely beating these weak teams, what would we be hearing on mainstream media? Oh, are the Celtics really legit? They only beat the Blazers and these teams by 2-3 points. Can they really make it back? Blah 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 blah. They don't look like a dominant team. They don't look like a championship team. So it's the same thing with the Lakers. The Lakers are one of the favorites to win the championship every year since they have LeBron and AD. So you telling me beating these weak teams by 6 points or less is enough? Those are convincing W's to you? Yeah, they won. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to win, but those are not convincing W's.
Where did you have the Celtics?
That just shows me you can be beaten any given night. And if you're a dominant team, you're not supposed to be losing to these teams like this.
Where'd you have the Celtics?
I had the Celtics at 1.
But they barely beat the Raptors. I had them at 1. And that was only because if the Cavs would have won, I would have had the Cavs at 1.
Yeah.
But the Celtics beat the Cavs, so we got them at 1. But they barely beat the Raptors. So shouldn't we both put them down low and they only played 2 games?
No, because that win over the Cavs was a really good win.
But barely
that was the only team. That was the only team. That was the only, like you said, they still supposed to win. They did what they were supposed to do. They won.
How much does that 3-point win against the Raptors? How much does that hold weight?
When they played the Raptors, they won. So once they won and they played a great team, and the Cavs is the only undefeated team in the league, and they beat them, that was a big boost. That was a great win. That was a really great win on the season.
So from that span, what great boost did the Thunder do? What great win did they have in that span?
They didn't. That's why I put them down. Last week I had them at 2. They dropped down to 4. They're still playing. They still playing better than the Rockets, the Magic, and I think the Lakers, and all the other teams under them.
So them 2 losses don't mean shit. They don't mean nothing. Those 2 losses in that span don't mean nothing.
That Spurs loss, that was a bad loss. That was a bad loss.
Mavericks loss
because you lost. That wasn't a bad loss, bro. That wasn't a bad loss.
Okay. Even though
so you telling me Kyrie, they had.
Even though Luka wasn't there.
So you telling me a team of Kyrie, PJ Washington, Derek Lively, Klay Thompson, Quentin Grimes, Marshall, Hardy, Gafford, Dinwiddie. That's a bad team still? That's still not a good team?
You're naming a lot of role players and naming 1 star player. You named a lot of role
players.
That's
a good all-around team.
That is a okay team.
But you said earlier that was a bad team.
That's an okay team. That is a okay team. But no, my point is when they don't have a top 3 player, that's a game you're supposed to win. At that point, that's low-key considered, I wouldn't say it, a free W coupon. But the fact that you were, first of all, just the fact that you was just in a battle with them makes it just bad. You were supposed to basically beat them by almost 15 points at least. Just the fact that you was in a battle, that makes it bad. And just the fact, I'm not done. I'm not done, brother. I'm not done. Just the fact that you were just in a battle with them makes it bad. And the fact that you lost, I don't consider that a moral victory. You're one of the best teams in the league and you just lost. And the Mavericks have been playing bad at that time too. So, like, they just lost to the Jazz. Like, come on. Now we're basically giving it a moral victory? I'm not rolling with that. That's a bad loss. Just the fact you lost in 2 weeks, just the fact you lost twice. No, I'm not agreeing with that. I'm not.
First off, you have to realize the Mavericks are still a good defensive team. They're still a good defensive team. And the Thunder, what other scorers do they have besides Shea and fucking and Jalen Williams? The Mavericks have a lot. They had a lot of people who scored over 10 points in this game. And the Thunder had how many? They only had Luke Dort, Shea, and Jalen Williams and what was it, Derrick Jones? Who came off their bench? What was it?
If you would,
they only had 3 people in double figures. So if you're going against a great defensive team, and I mean a good defensive team, and you're going against another team who only has 2 scores, all I have to do is shut everybody else down. That's why Shea and Jalen Williams had to play amazing in order for them to even be in the game. So you saying that's a bad loss? That's not a bad loss. That's still a good team. What are you talking about? They're still a top defensive team going against a team who only has 2 scores. Come on.
I got a question. If you're an odds maker, what would you put the line at with no Luka? What would you put the line at?
It's under 10. It's under 10.
Okay, that's fine. But what's the line? 10. That's fine. What's the line?
I don't know. It's under 10 for sure.
I'm gonna just say at least 6. I'm gonna just say 6. Just the fact that you would put them at least 6, you're basically saying they were supposed to win. They were favorites. That's my point. I feel like if Luka was there, it would have been a line. The line at least probably would have been at least 2, because they usually give extra points when you're the home team. So it probably would have been 2. My point is, brother, you don't have Luka. You're not supposed to lose that game. That's all I'm saying. You're not. It's just like if the Bucks, if Giannis ain't there and some team who is better than them loses, we're going to say that's a bad loss. It doesn't matter. We're going to consider that a bad loss. If the Thunder face the freaking Bucks without Giannis and it's just Dame and some role players and they lose, we're going to say that's a bad loss. We're going to. That's just how it is. I'm not giving out these moral victories. No, you lost. You lost, brother. But back to what at number 10. Who did you have at 10?
At 10, I had the T-Wolves. No, I had the Nuggets. I had the Nuggets.
So the Nuggets, I was definitely debating about them because I think at that time they lost to the Pelicans. I think I got to go back and look. You lost to the Grizzlies with no Ja. And I was like, I don't know. I don't think you should be in there. I had the Clippers because they were winning. They're on like a 3-game winning streak right now. You beat the Warriors. So I was like, and Norman Powell is out. But I feel like the loss against the Pelicans and the Grizzlies with no Ja, I was like, nah, that's not good. I don't think you deserve to be in the top 10. I'll say 11 though. Yeah, so from Friday, they lost to the Pelicans, bad loss. You lost to the Grizzlies, bad loss. And then you beat the Grizzlies. Like, it's like you lost to 2 bad. Not Grizzlies ain't bad, but no Ja. Like, you're not supposed to lose that game. I don't care if Jokic, like, we still consider Nuggets like probably a better team than the Grizzlies at that time. We probably still. So you're not supposed to lose those games.
Hold on.
I wanted to put the Magic higher, low key. I wanted to put them at like maybe at 6.
I mean, but with the Nuggets, you gotta take that with that one with a grain of salt because they didn't have no Jokic, and they need Jokic to barely stay in games. Their team is not that good without Jokic. If Jokic isn't in the game, they barely staying in games.
Are you
He's been
considered
going for
so you consider basically the Pelicans who have a hospital on the same level as the Nuggets with no Jokic? Is that what you're telling me?
yeah,
All right, all right,
yeah.
all right, all right. That's it. I don't agree, but okay.
And Jamal Murray's been playing terrible since Jokic. He had a good
He
game
been
against the
playing bad
Grizzlies.
all year. He ain't been playing the same. He ain't
He
just
had a
been
good
playing
game
good,
against the
even
Grizzlies,
with
but
Jokic, bruh. Jamal Murray, Christian Braun, Michael Porter Jr. I will take that any day over basically Brandon Ingram and Trey Murphy. The Pelicans literally have a hospital. I don't care if Jokic is not there. You are not supposed to win that game. I guarantee you, a lot of people probably had Nuggets money line that game, and they like, there's no way you sold against a hospital team. There's no way. There's no way.
I mean,
It's Trey
Brandon
Murphy and Brandon Ingram. That's it. That's
Brandon
literally
Brandon
it.
Boston. Brandon Boston.
If you wanna
He had 19.
bring
He had
Brandon
19.
Boston super high, fine. That's fine. It doesn't matter. It's basically Brandon Ingram, Trey Murphy, and Brandon Boston. Come
I
on.
mean, bro, they got out rebounded, bro. It don't like, bro. It doesn't. Even if you're a good team, if you get out rebounded and you turn the ball over, you can be beaten. So if you don't rebound, I mean, they lost because the Pelicans had 56 rebounds to the Nuggets 38. That's terrible. That's
I
terrible.
agree.
That second chance points that the Pelicans are getting. That's why they lost. I mean, I'm surprised they lost just by 6.
I'm surprised they just lost, period. I'm surprised. No, those are teams. That's a team you look on the schedule and be like, they got a hospital team. No Zion, no CJ, no Herb, no DeJounte, no Jose Alvarado. Yeah, we got this, y'all. We got this. And they've been playing some good ball. You're not. And that's when Jamal Murray, we supposed to see a good
Jamal Murray.
Jamal Murray. Playing,
Mm-hmm.
he ain't doing nothing. He ain't done nothing. I think the game against the Grizzlies, he played good, though. Yeah, he had 27 points.
27.
He played, I think he played good that game. And Michael Porter, I think he played good that game. But nah, you're not supposed to. But I was close to putting them in there, but I chose not to. You had the Timberwolves where?
Yeah, the Timberwolves at 9. They made it back
That
on my
Timberwolves at 9 too.
They made it back on my power
Honestly,
ranking.
that game winner probably moved me a lot more. Because if they would have lost, they probably don't. They probably not in there. And like that's another game. You bet it. You are not supposed. The Suns have been playing bad. You are not supposed to basically be in a battle with basically Devin Booker and basically Tyus Jones and Nurkic. Like that's not supposed to happen. And the fact that you basically just went off a buzzer beater, it's like, come on. Like y'all was supposed to win that game. I mean, y'all won that game, but that was supposed to be not close. But the buzzer beater made me put them up. That's the only reason. If they don't hit that, if they lose, they not in there.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I had the Knicks at 7. And I think the Knicks been playing some good ball recently. Cat has been playing really good on the offensive end. Defensive end, he's terrible. But on the offensive end, he's been amazing. He's basically been their best player, offensively wise at least. Basically been their best player.
Yeah, Knicks they don't look better. Offense looks smoother. The defense is still questionable though. Yeah, defense is trash. It's still questionable. It looks like they're just outscoring teams instead of trying to get timely defensive stops than actually being a good defensive team. Because last year they used to lock opponents up. Now they can't even do that.
No Mitchell
But
Robinson.
this won't last long because if one of their key players gets hurt, their whole offense is gonna suffer. If like Cat gets hurt or Jalen Brunson gets hurt, the whole offense is gonna suffer. So they need to figure out something.
OG been
They need to
playing
figure
good.
something.
I like what OG. I like what I've been seeing from OG recently. He been playing some good ball. And Mikal Bridges too. He been good too. But I just like Cat because I know he had that 44-point game. I think it was against the Bulls. We'll talk about that like stuff later. But the Knicks, I think they're kind of getting it together. I'm really just waiting to see when Mitchell Robinson comes back to see how they really look. And I think at least in the beginning, I think they're gonna keep Cat starting, like at least at center. But I think towards like middle of the season, I think they will probably move Josh Hart to the bench and have Mitchell Robinson in starting five so they can have that backline defense and the rim protection and all that. I think that's what they're gonna do. And the Celtics and the Cavs. Actually, though, we probably will. Yeah, we're actually going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that basically right now. So that's it for our week 4 NBA power rankings for, week 4. So now we're going to actually talk about what we seen from this past week. So basically from last Thursday to this Thursday. So let's start with obviously the Celtics and the Cavs. Let's start with that. That was the two best teams in the NBA going all facing each other. Celtics won the game 120-117. What were your thoughts on that game?
Well, first and foremost, the Cavs had me nervous because they were basically getting blown out by the end of the second. And then Evan Mobley came alive in the third quarter. Him, Craig Porter, I think it was Mitchell, Merrill,
Sam Merrill.
Sam Merrill. They came alive in the third and helped them come back in the game. And in the fourth quarter, even though they didn't pull it off, Donovan Mitchell showed you why he's a star. He showed you why he's their number one option. He showed you why you could put the ball in his hands in the clutch time and he'll get it done. But if Darius Garland gave you anything, they would have won. Darius, I don't know why is Darius Garland being so inconsistent when he plays with Donovan Mitchell, because it's like y'all both can play well off of each other. But if he would have gave them anything, they would have beat the Celtics. I don't think that was a bad loss for them. I think that was a good loss. I think that was a loss that they can learn from. But Tatum showed why he's an MVP candidate. He had like 33, 7 and something. What do you have? He had 33, 12, 7 and 6 and 6 threes. Like Tatum showed up to play. So I take hats off to them. That was a really good game. And these NBA Cup games, bro, these are really good games. I feel like every NBA Cup game that has came on has been like a close game. So I like it. I'm enjoying it.
Not that Mavericks Pelicans game. That was a 40-point blowout.
I mean, but the rest were good.
Celtics and the Cavs. You know, the Cavs' fault. I like that. They started out slow, like you said, because they was basically getting blown out. And a lot of people was like, oh, here go the dominant Celtics blowing out another good team. But no, the Cavs fought back. I like Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley was a big reason why they was making a comeback. Donovan Mitchell, he played okay. I think he played okay. He definitely was keeping them in the game because he basically had no choice because Darius Garland, he played bad. Darius Garland played bad. It's simple as that, man. And I think the Cavs, they probably looking at it like, you know, if we had our full team, because Karis LeVert wasn't there, Isaiah Cora wasn't there, Dean Wade wasn't there, they think they can beat the Celtics in the playoff series. They definitely think so. And I like that the Cavs show something. They definitely show something. That's why they were 15-0 before this. And on the Celtics side, if anything, I know we're going to give praise to Jason Tatum. Give praise to Al Horford. Al Horford came to play. Al Horford was good offensively. Every time Darius Garland came to the rim, he just got a shot blocked by Al Horford. Al Horford was playing really good that game. And Derek White, he deserves some credit. Drew Holiday does too. Jaylen Brown was okay, but he turned the ball over a lot. He was missing, but some of them were fouls. They didn't call them. They just didn't call them. But Jason Tatum, like you said, he came to play. He showed why he's a top 10 player in the NBA. He showed why, even though he takes a lot of threes, He showed why, like, he's good. And the thing is, like you said, if Darius Garland does anything, they probably do win that game. But the difference was the three-pointer. The Celtics shot 22 threes per game. They shot 22 threes. And the Cavs shot 10. With the Celtics, I'm not saying you got to match the three-point intensity, but you might have to beat them because they're gonna chuck a lot of threes. That's what they're gonna do. They shot 41 threes that game and shot 53% from three. Like, that's crazy. You shot 50% from three and shot 51% from the field. But
Yeah, it's still early in the
go ahead.
season though. It's still early in the season though, and if you live by the three, you die by the three. So
I
if
mean,
they
they
hot,
did that
they hot.
last year. They won off basically dying by the three. But I'm really giving credit to Al Horford. I think he plays really good. And I didn't think he was gonna come out and play like that aggressive because he's really just a spot up shooter now. But Al Horford played good, and Jason Tatum, he played good too. And the Celtics showed I think they are the best team in the league. They definitely showed that was a statement win. They showed why they are the best team in the NBA. What other games or performances stuck out to you, like, from the last time we spoke?
I don't know. Of course we gotta talk about Dalton Connect. Come on now. Dalton Connect, 37 points, 12 or 16 from the field, 9 or 12 from three, 21 points in the third quarter. Oh my God. Like, if we being honest, if Dalton Connect didn't do that, do they still win?
Probably low key. I think they still win, honestly.
I mean, but Dalton Connect, like we said,
Against the
like we
Jazz,
said
though, not a
earlier,
good win. Not a good W. It's against the
like
Jazz,
we
right?
like we said, Dalton Connect needs to stay in the starting lineup.
Mm-hmm.
He cannot move back to the bench. I think that they might as well just let LeBron play point, let Reeves be a secondary ball handler, and let Connect shoot and go crazy like he wants to. And of course, keep feeding AD. And then you still got Cam for defensive purposes. I think with connecting the starting lineup, it makes that offense way more dangerous and way harder to stop. Only thing is Dalton Connect gonna keep this up throughout the course of the year. He is a rookie. I mean, he spent a couple of years in college, so he's used to this, but can he keep it up for the rest of the season?
Shooting, he's a shooter, so it's like, you watch college a lot, and obviously now this is 14 games in. I think we can both say he's not playing nothing like how he was in college in Tennessee.
No,
Like,
of
in
course not.
Tennessee, he was getting to the basket. He was shooting. Like, obviously he was the best player, so he's got to have the ball in his hands. Now with the Lakers, he's really just a spot up. He's basically just a spot up shooter. And what shooters is here and there. They could get cold. They're gonna get hot. Right now, Dalton Connect is hot. Like, I think in the last, like, since he started, he's probably hit like 20 plus threes in that 4-game span. So he's going to eventually go on a cold streak. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And I just hope JJ Redick doesn't. Well, I don't know what. Whenever Rui comes back, I hope he doesn't, like, Rui was the starter all along. Let's put him back in. JJ, just keep it like this. Just like how you made the change with D'Lo. Keep it just like this, brother.
I mean, even if Rui do come back, you could just switch him out for Cam.
He might want to, but this goes back to what I was saying about, not you, but just about the bench. Keep Rui on the bench. Then you have Rui and D'Lo coming off your bench.
Yeah.
Cam Reddish, we're not asking Cam Reddish to score. We're asking Cam Reddish to basically be a 3D. Play some defense, hit your threes when you're open. We already got Dalton. We got this. We got Dalton Connect, shooter. Austin Reeves, a shooter. This year he's actually been a good shooter, but can go to the hole and do what he wants. And obviously we got LeBron and AD. So honestly, this probably makes it better with Rui coming off the bench. Then when you bring in the bench, I know Rui could come in and give me at least 12 points whenever he steps on the floor. D'Lo could come in and potentially give me 15 points when he comes in. We're good. I would actually like to keep Rui on the bench and keep Cam Reddish in the starting lineup, because then it's a lot of mouths to feed, honestly.
Yeah, and it helps with spacing too, and it allows LeBron and AD to work more because now you got Austin Reeves, and you got Dalton Connect, and then you got Cam as your shooters. It just opens the lanes for LeBron and AD to go to work and makes it easier.
I like what the Lakers have been doing. I like what JJ been doing. Defense is still offense is good though. I like what I'm seeing from the Lakers. Did not expect the Lakers to be third in the West though, as of right now. Did not expect that. I'm not gonna lie. But the Lakers are playing good. Let's talk about De'Aaron Fox dropping 60 points and then dropping a 49-point game literally the next day. Was it the next day? No, I don't think it was the next
Yeah,
day.
it was the next day.
Okay,
It was
so
a back
yeah,
to
the
back.
next so in the 2 days, so literally in the 2 day span, the man dropped 109 points.
Yeah,
What were your takes on the 60-point and the 49-point game?
it was amazing to see, but I hate it for De'Aaron Fox because he's in Sacramento. If he was in any other big market, that 60 point would have been blown up across the entire social media. I just hate that he's not getting the love he deserves. But he's talented as hell. And to drop 60 and then basically 50 the next night, like you did drop 60 against the T-Wolves, even though the T-Wolves defense is subpar right now, it's still a good team that you just dropped 60 on. You just dropped 60 on Ant-Man, Jaden McDaniels, and Rudy Gobert, a so-called top 5, top 3 defense supposedly in the league. And then you go back and drop 50, even though it is the Jazz, doing that back-to-back in Utah at that climate, like,
Oh, they was at
nah,
home.
bro.
Kings was
They
at
was at
home.
home. They was at
Yeah.
home against the Jazz. Oh, well, still though, bro. Like, that's impressive. That's very impressive.
But you said you hate that he's in Sacramento, it would have been blown up. Don't you think if you just drop 60 anywhere, don't you think it's gonna blow up anyway? Like it's 60 points.
Yeah, but imagine a 60 in Brooklyn or New York or Chicago is way different from a 60 in with Milwaukee or in Sacramento or New Orleans. Like, yeah, of course it's gonna get media coverage because it's 60 points, but if you're in a bigger town, a bigger city, it would have got double the media coverage.
But when you say blow up, what's blow up? Like I don't get it. Cause like it's not like it's gonna be on Sports Center, it's gonna be going crazy like that entire day. Then after that, we move on. Like
They're gonna milk it more. If De'Aaron Fox, if Jalen Brunson dropped 60, how long when he dropped that? Was that in the playoffs? He dropped that 50 against Philly. Was that against Philly? He dropped that 50.
I can check real quick. I mean, he dropped
But when
50,
he
but we
dropped,
still moved on though. That's what I'm
but
saying.
it was yeah. Of course, we're gonna move on because there's gonna be more games. But it was still talked about for a good little. It was talked about longer than what it should have been because he's in New York.
I guess. I think if you drop 60 anywhere, it's gonna get blown up regardless. Like it doesn't. I mean, at least for
Yeah,
me,
but
I
if
think it doesn't matter.
but
Like
that's like bro selling a product. If I sell a leave and in a small market versus a big market, it's gonna do way better in a big market.
no, I agree. I just think that like it's 60 points. It's gonna go crazy regardless. It's just like in the NFL. If Marvin Harrison catches 4 touchdowns, it's gonna go crazy regardless because it's 4 touchdowns in a game. It's gonna go crazy regardless. I don't think it's just gonna be super magnified like we're gonna be talking about it like the
No,
whole entire week. No, I think we're still gonna talk about it because it's four
okay.
touchdowns.
If
Like
Odell Beckham would have made that catch on, say, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, if he was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and made that same exact catch, he would not be the Odell Beckham that he is today. That since he was on the New York Giants and he made that catch on the New York Giants,
I don't
that's what blew him up that big.
no
It just
no
would
no
have
no
been like any other wide receiver
no
making a great
no
catch in the league
no
if he
no
was with the
because
Buccaneers.
no because like when he caught that was on Sunday Night Football. I feel like if he made that same catch, if it was on, um, feels like in the 3 o'clock slot, I think it would have been talked about, but just the fact that it was on Sunday Night Football, everybody in America is watching it. That's why it's not magnified. I don't think it's just because it's the place. Like, I think that doesn't matter because I saw
Bro,
Justin Jefferson, I think it was the year before, making amazing one of the most craziest catches ever.
he's in Minnesota.
And it was still talked about though.
Yeah, but if he would have made that catch in any big market city, his name would have been way bigger. Even if Odell Beckham was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and it was in the main schedule, prime like Sunday Night Football, it wouldn't have been as big if him being on the Giants. Since he was on the Giants, that media coverage blew that catch up.
So Sunday Night Football don't make it. No, it doesn't.
Bro, New York is one of the biggest media outlets in the country. What do you mean?
So Sunday Night Football didn't do anything.
I didn't say it didn't. It played a part in it, but him being with the New York Giants, it played a bigger part.
Okay. Are we talking about the Garrett Wilson catch that happened 2 weeks ago?
No, that team sucks.
Oh,
But who's the New York team? The Jets or the Giants? Who's the New York team?
They're both. They're both.
I believe people would tell you that the New York team is the Giants. People from New York would say they would rock with the Giants more than they would the Jets.
But they're both though. But they're both.
That's like all them teams from California.
But you just said it was because it was from New York. That's what you just said. Garrett Wilson basically made 2 one-handed catches on Thursday Night Football in New York. Like, it's still New York at the end of the day.
It's the same thing like the Knicks and the Nets. The Nets are, if the Knicks do something, even though if say Ben Simmons has a 30-point triple-double and Jalen Brunson goes crazy on the or Cat goes crazy on the Knicks, Cat is going to be talked about more than Ben Simmons is because Cat is at the bigger establishment, the Knicks. So it's the same thing with the Jets and the Giants. The Giants are the bigger team.
What was more magnified? Cat dropping 60 in Minnesota or the 44 he just did last week?
The 44 he did.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you it's more magnified than that 60-point was.
I feel like
he dropped like 44 and 15 or something like that, or 14 or something. I
just feel like if you drop 60, you drop 60. Like it's gonna be magnified regardless. Like it's 60 points. Like it's 60 points, brother. And then he drops 49 the next game. We're going to talk about it regardless. I don't think it's just because, you're in Sacramento. Like, no, it's 60 points.
Yes, it is, bro. He's in a smaller market. That's why all these players, that's why Dame wanted to leave a small market. Even though he went to the Bucks, another small market, he should have went somewhere else. But
he couldn't. He had no leverage, technically.
But that's why they talk about these small market teams all the time and why players don't want to play for small market teams because their brand can't grow. It's the same thing with De'Aaron Fox. Like if he was in any big name city, this would have helped boosted his brand immensely. But since he's in Sacramento, it's not gonna really do anything.
I agree. I do agree that if you go to a bigger market, it does help. I just feel like when you doing something like that, it doesn't matter. That's all I'm saying. I feel like it doesn't matter because it's still 60-something points. I feel like if Kobe would have dropped 70-something points in Milwaukee or as a Milwaukee Buck, it still would have, what he dropped? 82? If he drops 82 as a Buck, it's still magnified because at that time, that's the second most points ever. And it still is the second most points. Like it's still 82 points. Like we're still gonna talk about it. Like that's all I'm saying. I think it helped that he was in LA and he did it in LA. I just feel like it doesn't matter. I don't think it's really going to change something, at least with that. Now, with the Brandon, I agree. I do agree that does help with your market, like, because being in LA, that's why a lot of teams, like you said, a lot of players want to go to LA, want to go to New York, yada, yada, yada. I definitely agree with that. But with De'Aaron Fox, he's showing why he's probably a top 5 point guard in the NBA. And he can really, I'm not saying he could drop 60 points whenever he wants, but I'm saying if he wanted to drop 30 every night, 40 maybe, he could. But the fact that he don't got no Malik Monk, no Sabonis, no DeRozan, he basically got to do everything for that team. And I think they lost to the Hawks the other day. Everybody was saying that was a BS call or whatever, yada, yada. Like, De'Aaron Fox is amazing. I do think he gets slept on a lot. I do think we sleep on him a lot. But real ballers know De'Aaron Fox is really good. Everybody knows he's really good. And I'm glad I think this was the first 60-point game this season, or was it like second? Did somebody else drop 60?
I'm not too
I
sure.
feel like somebody else dropped 60 though. For some reason, I feel like somebody else dropped a 60 bomb. I don't know why, but it don't matter. I just like that De'Aaron Fox, he did something good. Like, that's something we could talk about for at least for like a couple of days or a week or so. Like, he had 109 points and he could have had 50, man. That would have been amazing. But De'Aaron Fox,
like you said, he slept on, right? So even though he dropped 60, everybody's gonna see that. But if he was in LA and dropped 60, the media would have splashed his face everywhere. Since he's in Sacramento,
what do you mean? What do you mean by the media splashing his face everywhere? What do you mean by that?
they're putting him on everything. He's gonna be on ESPN a
He was on
bunch. He's gonna
ESPN.
be but he would have been on ESPN more. That's what I'm trying to get you to
What do you mean by
understand, bro.
more? It's not like he's just
Since he's in
LA.
LA media is gonna make sure that he's on ESPN 24/7. His highlights being showed all the time. He's gonna be plastered all throughout Los Angeles.
I don't know about that.
All right, dog.
I don't know. I think we
don't have to agree to disagree.
Yeah, I guess. Like, I don't agree with that. I feel like it doesn't matter. He did something amazing. Like Wemby did something. Wemby has done something amazing. They're still gonna talk about it. Like, it doesn't matter that he's in San Antonio. Yes, it would help, but we're still gonna talk about it because you've done something that rarely gets done. Like the day when Wemby dropped 60 plus, we're gonna hear that. Hey man, this is gonna be the greatest player ever. Like, it doesn't matter that he dropped it in San Antonio. It doesn't matter. Like, no, Wemby dropped 50. That other day against the Wizards. I think, what was it, 60? No, it had to have been 50 though. I think it was 50. Let me see real quick.
Well, while you doing that, another performance that I really enjoyed, Podol has been going crazy. In the last 3 games, this man has dropped 25 and 18, 50. 35 and 12, and 30 and 15. Podol has been hooping. And he's the reason why the Raptors are in most of the games they've been in lately, because of him and RJ.
Yes, RJ been amazing. RJ had a triple-double against the Celtics.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett has
Which surprised me. That surprised me. I'm not gonna lie.
So, we can talk about it. Did you like that Charles Lee benched LaMelo in the fourth quarter, basically? Did you like that? Did you agree with it?
First and foremost, he deserved it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, LaMelo definitely deserved it. He was playing lackadaisical on defense. He was giving up wide open shots. It was barely contesting. He was taking bad shots. He was arguing with the ref. He was getting offensive fouls. He had bad turnovers. And then Charles Lee pulled him to the side throughout the game. So he was frustrated the entire night. So I understand Charles Lee benching him, but if we being honest, bro, that's your best player. When there's 5 minutes left in the game, bro, I don't care what your best player has done, how bad he's played, bro. He's supposed to be in the game because he's your best player for a reason. So even if LaMelo was having a bad game, I still would have kept him in because he's my best player. He's the best chance that we have to win. And then I think Charles Lee said that Trey Mann had the hotter hand or something like that. That's why he went with him than LaMelo. But bro, Trey Mann he wasn't playing. I don't think he was playing way better than LaMelo for LaMelo to be benched. He was playing good, but not for LaMelo to be benched, bro. He still should have kept him in that game. And they lost by what, 1?
Yeah, they lost by 1. He actually stubbed them out when they were down by 1.
Yeah.
So it's like, me personally, I understand that, like you say, it's lackadaisical on defensive end. He didn't have a good game anyway. He didn't I think he was 3 for 13, something like that, with 13 points. He didn't play good anyway. But at the same time, like you said, and I agree with you 100%, that's your best player. You gotta keep him in. And at this point, this is not the time to be like, all right, bro, you ain't playing good. Let me take you out. No, because even though we consider the Nets really not a good team, this is the NBA Cup game. No, this wasn't an NBA Cup game. What's this? No, I don't think so. No, it was. This was an
No,
NBA
it's a cup
Cup
game.
game,
Yeah, it
and
was a
this
cup
is a
game.
game where, at least if in my head as a coach, we're probably better than the Nets, so we should beat them. And to take your best player out the game, I don't agree with that. And Charles Lee, if anybody ain't watched the interview, because Charles saw it, he watched it. I watched it a little bit. The long story short, Trey Mann was basically better offensively and defensively than LaMelo, so I'm taking him out the game. That's basically what he said, because he definitely said Trey Mann was he didn't. I'm paraphrasing. He's basically playing better defensively. That's basically what he said, because that's what I took from it. That LaMelo wasn't playing good defense. His offense wasn't good. So let me take him out. Because Trey Mann was playing good in like the second half, and I think in the fourth quarter too. I get that part. But to take him out the game, can we please take him out the not please, but can we not take him out the game, bro? That's your best player. And LaMelo, you don't know what could happen in that span. He could have got hot. Now you not. I'm not saying you're looking dumb, but I just don't think at that moment that was the right coaching move. Like,
no, it wasn't.
It's not a good move. I think it was like 3 minutes left, and you took him out the game.
He was trying to teach him a lesson, but like I watched like Gil talk about it, and Gil was saying like, bro, that's not the time and the place to teach up somebody a lesson. You do that during practice, and I agree. Like, especially when you're trying to win a game, it's the NBA Cup game, and this is for money. When players can get an extra $500,000 in their pocket if they potentially win, so it's like, bro, like, nah. I get why he did it. It was a learning experience for LaMelo, but at the same time, it was the wrong time for that. Wrong time.
Like you said, they only lost by 1. Now you're 5-9. You could have been what? 6-8?
Yep, 6-8.
Like, come on, man. Like that's not good. You got anything else about the week? Hey, K, not about the week, but K been getting a lot of triple doubles.
Triple doubles. Yep.
K has been playing really good. And I'm giving credit. I know you've been high on the Pistons forever. Well, at least since K been there, you've been high on the Pistons. The Pistons have been playing better ball. They have been playing better ball. I think if the season ended now, they're in the playoffs. Like, they are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're the 6th seed.
Yeah. They're slowly but surely starting to figure out how to win close games. Surely, we can't forget to talk about your boy Russell Westbrook. We can't forget to talk about that 200 triple double.
I didn't really think about it. I thought, I mean, it's a good feat to have 200 triple doubles. Like, first of all, when you look at the list, it's like he clears basically everybody. But just the fact he had it off the bench, it's like the man is still a good player. He's still a good player. I just feel like he just gets the slack when like he just does a turnover or a bad pass, because it's not like it's a regular bad pass. It's a bad pass when he does it, or it's a bad turnover. That's why everybody be on him. But Russell Westbrook is still a good player. He's still good. So I congratulate him on getting 200 triple doubles, man. That's amazing. I low-key was, real quick, I was thinking like, man, I hope he could get it too, because I didn't know if he was really gonna get it, because he coming out the bench playing limited minutes, but he got it. So I'm glad he got it.
I was Gil and them was saying, is he one of the top point guards ever to play the game? And when you think about it, because he has the most triple doubles, so statistically wise, you gotta put him up there. Like, you have to, as one of the top point guards ever to play the game, because 200 triple doubles is crazy. He got to be somewhere up there with Oscar. He's past Oscar Robertson for sure.
He's been past him.
He's past him for sure. No, I'm talking about as far as like,
you're just
like overall, like, like the
top you just thinking just passing him just as a player.
Yeah, as a player. Because if he got 200 triple doubles, man.
Well, it depends. Well, okay, what do you consider top? Like top 5, top 10? Like, what do you consider
point
top
guards of all time? What I'm saying is like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people consider Oscar Robertson a top 100 player, maybe even a top 75 player of all time.
Oh, yes.
So if Westbrook clears Oscar Robertson in triple doubles, is it safe to say that Westbrook's a top 75, top 50 player of all time.
Well, he was a top 75 player at the thing, so technically he was.
Was he higher than Oscar? If he was
I don't
higher
think
than
they did
Oscar,
it
then
by
yeah,
rankings. I don't think it's by rankings when they did that. I think it's
he's
just
just
these
top
are the top
75.
players.
Yeah. Okay. Well, So we consider Westbrook a top 5 point guard all time.
I probably, I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But it's like with those 200 triple doubles, how can you not? How can you not?
Well, it depends because you have to put in like, well, take that back. Since he doesn't have a ring, how much does him not having a ring hold weight? Because all the top players, all the top point guards have rings. So to say, if you want to say he's a better player than them, I'm okay. But when you put everything into it, probably not, because he doesn't have a ring. Now, if he wins a ring this year with the Nuggets somehow and is a contributor, there is a chance he could possibly get. There's a chance he could be up there. There is a chance. Like, he could top 10. He probably, some people might have him top 10. I don't know. It depends, because off the top of my head, you got Steph, you got Magic, you got Jason Kidd, you got what's his name? I can't think of it. Isaiah Thomas. Then after that, depends on what you like. It just depends. But then you got to add all that other stuff, the accolades. You got to add all that. Like, just him. I know he has all NBAs and all stars and MVP, but how much do some people, how much does that whole weight of putting them over certain people? You know? I think it really just depends. Because I mean, don't you think? Because you think D Rose is better than Westbrook, right?
Yeah, but Westbrook has the better career. Westbrook has a better career. And then only other performances I love to talk about is AD and Bron versus the Spurs. Bron's triple double and AD's 40 and 12. It's low key looking like AD might be the Wemby stopper. Like, every time AD goes up against Wemby, he kills Wemby every single time.
I have to look at the other games.
He kills against Wemby every time, bro. They play against each other.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he should. He should kill against him. Well, honestly, AD should be killing against anybody. We're being honest.
Yeah.
We're being honest. Like, because Bron had a triple double that game. AD was amazing. It's like, bro, you're like 50 pounds heavier than Buddy. Kill him. Figuratively. Like, beat him. But that is it for our performances of the weekend, recap of the week. Now, we're going to talk about the Philadelphia 76ers turmoil. Obviously, they had a player meeting the other day. Tyrese Maxey called out Joel Embiid about being tardy, being late. Other players called each other out and other stuff. And it just got out to the public. And Embiid, basically, he just said today that whoever leaked it is a SHIT. Like, that wasn't cool. And to some, we probably should know about this. But the 76ers, they are 2-12. They're not looking like a good team. Turmoil. Paul George just got hurt again last night.
Same knee.
Yeah, that bet you had over the summer is not looking good, brother. But we took that away, so it doesn't matter.
Man, bro.
Even though you said not 70, but even if you said 60, he still ain't getting that, so it don't even matter at this point. But that bet is done with.
I was so high on Philly coming into the season. But injuries have killed them time and time and time again. But I like the fact that even though they still lost, I like the fact that when Joel was called out, he stepped up his play. He dropped 33 and 11, even though they still lost. But they got to find a way to win. They just got to find ways to win. I think when Paul George came back, Nick Nurse should have left Kelly Oubre in the starting lineup because he was playing well before Paul George got there. Now you got him on the bench. It's like, bro, I've been playing good. Now you're going to bench me. I understand Paul George is back, but dang.
I started him when he was there, though. I thought they were both starting.
Kelly Oubre started coming off the bench.
When Paul George came back?
Yeah, I think he probably started with him like that first game, but like the last couple of games, he been coming off the bench.
Kelly started against the Suns. He started against the Clippers, the Lakers. He started against the Lakers, the Hornets. He started with the Hornets, the Knicks. He started with the Knicks. I think he's been in the lineup low key with him. Not gonna lie.
Did he start against
You must be talking
Orlando?
about when Joel came back.
Did he start against Orlando or
No,
Miami or Memphis?
no, he didn't. He didn't.
Yeah.
You said when Paul George came back. You must. I
Well,
guess you
I
meant to
meant
say Joel. If that's
Joel.
the case.
Yeah,
Okay,
when
that makes
Joel came back, he hasn't been
okay. That
starting.
makes
He still deserves to be in the starting lineup because he's still a good defensive player, and he can still score. He can create his own shot. I mean, I guess he probably put him on the bench because they need bench scoring, but you messed up the whole flow of the offense with the first unit. It's just terrible over there. 2-12 is crazy. Now that Paul George is gone, he's gonna be gone for at least a
He'll
couple of
probably be
weeks
gone
now.
for like a couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's gonna be gone for a couple of weeks. So, but the only good thing is Joel is back, and Jared McCain has been playing really good. Tyrese Maxey's back now. So hopefully they can turn it around. I was high on them, I really was, but
Was
these
you had
injuries
them
suck.
high as hell in our power rankings. You had them
Injuries
high as
suck.
hell.
Injuries suck, man. Injuries suck.
I don't even think I had them that high. I still got my
Injuries.
team, or did I throw it away? I probably threw it away. I threw that crap away.
I mean, I did say barring injuries, so man.
But you knew Paul George gets hurt and Joel gets hurt, so it's like, I mean, I don't know what you expected. Things would just magically just.
Yeah, thought Paul George gonna have a healthy year. I believe
Yeah,
if Paul George would have started off the year with them, they wouldn't be 2-12.
I
They would
agree
not
with
be
that. I definitely agree. I agree 100% on that.
because even if they didn't have Joel Embiid, they definitely be better than 2-12. And then I feel like Joel would have came back and it would have been a lot smoother transition. Now it's ugly
I
because it's
agree.
like Tyrese went out, then Paul
Yeah.
George didn't start the season. Now he's back out when Joel just came back. So it's like it's all nasty over there.
So, okay. So, yeah, I agree. If Paul George is there, do I think they have 2 wins? Hell no. They probably at least have 5. At least 5 with just Paul George and Tyrese Maxey. But we've seen when Tyrese Maxey is the best player, it's like he can only do so much. Like he can only do so much. And then when you said, like you said, I think you meant to say Joel. When he came back, they should have kept Kelly in the starting lineup. And because they kept Kyle Lowry in the starting lineup. And maybe Nick Nurse is like, okay, if we start, say, Jared McCain, Kelly, Caleb, Paul, it's like, who is really like the primary ball handler? That's just what I'm thinking. Because Kyle Lowry, he's a ball handler, obviously, point guard. So I think that's why he wanted him to stay in the star lineup just to have ball handler. I get that. I understand that. So the Sixers on offense, they're 29th in points per game with 103. They're last in shooting percentage at 42%. They're 29th in three-point percentage at 31%. And they're last in offensive efficiency. So it doesn't take a rocket science to basically say they're not good. Their offense is not good. Their defense is basically the middle. It's basically like in the bottom teens. So the defense is whatever. But it's not looking good. Like you said, Paul George hurts his knee, is out. Tyrese Maxey is there. They keep losing. Joel is out. They lose. Paul George comes back. Then Tyrese Maxey basically gets hurt. As soon as Paul George comes back, he gets hurt. Then it's basically just Paul George and role players. They're still losing. Then Joel B comes back. It's Paul George and Joel. They're still losing. Then we finally see all three on the court. And what that lasts? What, like an hour in real time? And like an hour in real time? So it's like, it's really just the injuries. The injuries are messing them up. And I just feel like when they had the team meeting, in my head, it's like, okay, y'all calling out Joel Embiid for being tardy, but like I've been seeing what other people say, bro, the man probably been late forever.
Yeah.
Like, let's not act like, why are we doing this now? We're only doing this because we're taking L's. Like, that's really why we're only do that. And when they were winning, bro, they probably don't never do nothing, especially when you're the best player. You ain't gonna tell, just like at a regular job. If you come into work all the time to basically be thirsty and all that, that job ain't gonna tell you nothing. Trust me, I know, and I ain't gonna say what I was doing, but that's neither here or there. You're not gonna do that. Like, so having the team meeting was just crazy, and like, it's bad. They're not, it is like they're not even winning close games. They're basically getting beat down.
I mean, weirdly enough, I think for some reason, I think they're gonna go on a win streak now. Since Joel is back and Tyrese is back. So it's like those two been used to playing with just those two and a bunch of role players. So I think with them coming back, they're gonna win a lot of more games now. Because then on top of that, when Tyrese Maxey came back, he was on a minutes restriction.
Yeah.
I don't even think he played more than 25 minutes.
No, I think he just played 20.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, I think it's for some reason I think they can still salvage their season. I think they can still come back and fight for a playoff spot because the East is
It's
weak,
the
bro.
East.
Yeah,
Bro,
it's the East is weak, so they can go on a win streak and they can easily jump back up to at least 6, if not the play in for sure.
I
But
mean, they're only 4 games out of the play-in.
yeah, so I mean, and then we still young. It's not even 20 games into the season. We're not even a quarter into the season yet. So, but it all depends on how long Paul George is out because it is the same knee. He hyperextended the same knee, and how much damage did he do to that knee? Hopefully he's only out for a couple of weeks and they can get him back. But like you said, they've been injured. They haven't had a chance to. They still haven't had a chance to jail for real. So
We've literally seen probably in half of
of
all 3
all
of
of them,
them.
yep.
And honestly, I saw Paul George playing like boo-boo. Maxey's on minutes restriction, so that is what it is. And Joel Embiid was playing good for once because he was not playing good since he's come back. He's played, honestly, I ain't even gonna say, okay, he hasn't been playing good, period, since he's come back. But yesterday was his first like really good game. But I'm not, if it was a panic meter right now, because didn't we do that topic about panicking on teams? And
For the
I
Bucks,
forgot what I think we had Philly. I don't really remember what we did. I have to go back and look at the video. Right now, I'm putting them boys at like they at a 10. I ain't gonna lie. I'm putting them
I
at
give him
10.
8.
I want to be nice and say like an 8, but I can't
Yeah, I
even
give
put an
him 8.
8. I
I give
can't
him
even
8.
put 8. I'm putting straight up 10. Because now you need 2 things to happen. You need really other teams to lose, and you guys got to win. At least if you was above, all we gotta do is just keep winning, man, and we good.
I
Now
think
we need both.
I think their offense is gonna get better though, because now
Yeah.
Joel is back. Because most of them games they didn't have Joel and they didn't have Paul George. And then Paul George is coming back off an injury. He wasn't playing well. Joel hasn't, like you said, this is Joel's first good game. So I think their offense is gonna get better than 29th now that they got Joel back and they got Maxey back. It's probably gonna be around middle of the pack, but I think it's gonna get better. It can't get no worse than this.
No, I think, bro, I don't care what nobody say. We thought they can at least get 5 wins
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah, for sure.
You only have 2, and that was against
Do they play tonight?
the
No, they don't play tonight.
Hornets, who you basically went in an overtime with. And I don't even remember who was really the first win. I don't even really remember. Who was the man? You gotta go
Their
back to October.
first win was against the Pacers.
They barely won that game. So
Yeah,
it's
they
like,
went to OT. They went to OT.
so basically both your wins were getting in overtime against teams that are really not good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what more I don't know. Like, I don't care. Who would have thought the Wizards and the Raptors would have better records than them? 3-12 and 2-11.
The Jazz got a better record than them.
It's bad.
The Jazz got a better record. That's insane.
It's bad. It is bad out here. It's bad, but I still do have a little bit of faith of the 76ers. I do think, like you said, I think the offense will get better eventually. But now that Paul George is out, but I agree with you. You know, they've had, Tyrese Maxey and Joel have been playing together with just them and role players. So they should get together. And once Maxey gets off minutes restriction, I think that's when they'll get back together. They'll get it right. I think they play. Who do they play tomorrow?
I just looked it up. They play the Nets.
They're getting that W.
They should win that game.
They're getting that W. They're getting that W. They're
And
favored
it's
by
at
8.
home.
They're
And
favored
it's at
by 8
home.
at home. They should win.
You know?
The Nets are not good.
Does Ben Simmons play?
I don't know.
Because they don't play. Do they play today? No, they don't play today. They played yesterday. So this is not a back-to-back. He should play. He should.
I think he plays. I think Ben Simmons is gonna play. I think
he's been playing good for the last couple of games. Ben Simmons has been playing good.
I already told you I put my stock in Ben Simmons. I put my stock. No, I already told you. All right, that is it for the 76ers and their dysfunctional franchise. Now we're gonna talk about these blockbuster trades that Bleacher Report put out. Like, some of these trades are kind of I have them up. I have the trades up and I'll read them out and then we'll discuss each one of them. So the first trade that we got from Bleacher Report is the Orlando Magic received CJ McCollum. The New Orleans Pelicans received KCP, Goga Batadze, and a 2025 second round pick. Who do you think wins this trade, and explain the trade?
Honestly, this is one of the trades that I did like. I think that for the Pelicans, they get them a pick. They get them a decent big. Goga Batadze, he's a decent big. Anytime that the starting big is injured and he comes in and starts for them, he always plays good. So he's not a bad pickup. And then you get KCP. So it eliminates all those guards that you have with CJ and DeJounte. So it eliminates one less ball handler. Now you got a 3-and-D on your team and you're starting lineup to pair with Herb Jones. So I thought that was a good trade for both teams. And then the Magic, they get them a guard that they need. He could potentially play point guard or play off ball and let Suggs play the point. So I think it works well for both teams.
What would you give the trade? What grade would you give it?
Like a B-.
I like the trade.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. I think the trade is actually good. I think the Magic. I uploaded a video today. Check that out. It's a short about the Orlando Magic making trades. I said that they needed like another consistent scorer. Like whenever Paulo comes back and then it's Franz, who else can you really depend on? And I said Jalen Suggs. Like, Jalen Suggs is playing good, but when it comes to scoring, I don't think he's CJ. I don't think he's that 20-point per game scorer. And CJ fills that role. And like you said, he could be the point guard for your team. So I like that he's still gonna bring the shooting, and he might be a better shooter than KCP. If we're being honest, he might be. Who knows? But I think that helps. And like you said, with the Pelicans, I agree with you 100%. You taking away that ball handler, like with CJ McCollum. Now it's basically DeJounte Murray, Zion Williamson. Those are like your leading like ball handlers, and they can be able to hand the ball off to KCP in the corner. We know he's a spot up shooter. He's a better defender than CJ too. So that definitely helps them. So like you said, with Herb Jones, KCP, and you get a big, if they did it now, you get a big with Brandon Ingram and all them. I think it's a good trade. I would trade. Honestly, I would probably give it like a B+. I definitely consider it an A.
I would say they got a better big. That's the only thing.
You said what?
Better big. I said they still will need a better big, but other than that, it's not a bad trade. Not a bad trade at all.
Yeah, I think it's actually a good trade, honestly, for both sides. The next trade, I'll go first when we talk about this. Is the Charlotte Hornets get DeAndre Ayton and the Blazers get Josh Green, Grant Williams, Nick Richards, and a 2025 second round pick via the 76ers. I'm not going to lie. I do not think DeAndre Ayton is worth all this. I don't think so whatsoever. I like that they got a legit good big for the Hornets. I just don't think DeAndre Ayton is worth 3 players. That's really what got me when I saw the trade. I was like, Nick Richards is actually he's an okay big. I like Nick Richards. I think he's good. Grant Williams is like a 3-and-D forward, and Josh Green is not bad. But to give up 3 players for just DeAndre Ayton, I was like, no. But DeAndre Ayton is definitely better than all 3 of them. I mean, if I had to trade the grade, I'd give it like a C minus. But I think DeAndre Ayton helps them, even though he's hurt right now. I think he helps them basically just having a consistent big. He's gonna get double doubles. He could get you 20 points because you've always talked about he's a talented big. He just doesn't have the motor. And the Blazers, I think they're just getting some players and some trade pieces eventually. I give it like a C minus.
Yeah, I mean, this was one of the trades. I like this trade too. I think they're going off of DeAndre's potential. That's why it's those 3 players. And then those 3 players, like you said, Nick Richardson, he's okay. Grant Williams is okay. Josh Green is okay. Like, they're a bunch of okay players. Not like they're a bunch of really good players. You know what I mean? So I feel like the trade kind of equals out. Only thing, if I was the Blazers, I would not want that second pick. That second round pick. I would not want that. Because I don't even think they have I don't even think they have that many first round picks. And so it's like in the second round, I mean, yeah, you can find a gem in the second round, don't get me wrong, but giving up DeAndre Ayton basically for a second round pick and some okay players. Yeah, me personally, I would want at least a first back for DeAndre Ayton. I think he's still worth a first round pick. But I mean, it's not bad. The Hornets get they big. And
so
like
you
you said, the
Blazers
Blazers
plus these 3?
No. Not a first plus these 3, but I would definitely want a first though.
But if it's for the 76ers and if we consider them to still be bad, that second pick could be pretty
top
decent.
Of the second. It'd be top of the second.
I know you haven't looked, but like it's called like Fanspo, I think. The 76ers could have literally the first pick right now.
I mean, but that's if they
continue. I know, I'm just saying. I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, but right now, they have the first pick. I mean, you get a second, you getting some players, you get rid of DeAndre Ayton, then you have Klingon step into that role as the legit starting center.
And you got
I think it's okay. I just don't think DeAndre Ayton is worth 3 players. That's really all it is.
I'll give it a C plus. It's not a bad trade, but if I'm Portland, I feel like I could find something better.
You gotta get rid of Anthony Simons.
Yeah.
He stay hurt. That man never stay healthy. But the next trade, the Miami Heat and Atlanta Hawks. The Miami Heat received Trae Young and Larry Nance Jr. The Hawks received Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Duncan Robinson, and a 2029 first-round pick, which is unprotected.
Low-key, bro, I'm not doing this. I understand you get a 2029 first-round draft pick, but this is terrible for the Hawks. Like, it don't make your team. You getting the older Tyler Hero. You getting the younger Khalil Ware. You getting the Duncan Robinson, who's on a bad contract. So it's like, it's pointless of doing this trade. You don't really win. Unless you think you're winning because you get a 2029 first-round pick. That's the only other thing I can think of. But other than that, you basically trading. I would keep Trae Young. Honestly, I would keep him. I don't think they should let him go for this. Yeah, you getting Tyler Hero, but who would you rather have, Trae Young or Tyler Hero? I'd rather have Trae.
It depends on what you think of Trae Young.
I'd rather have Trae. I'd rather have Trae over Tyler.
Yeah, and Tyler Hero's only 24. You said like an older, like he like 28 or something. That man's 24.
Yeah, but everybody else in that, how old is Zachariah? Zachariah is 19. Kongu's like what, 22, 23.
And DeAndre Hunter depends on how they think of him.
He's on the older side. He's like around 25, 26, ain't he? My thing, if you're
DeAndre
gonna
Hunter?
trade Trae Young, yeah, if you're gonna
DeAndre
trade
Hunter
Trae
is
Young,
26.
yeah, so he's on the older side too. If my thing is, if you're gonna trade Trae Young, go younger and get some pieces so you can build for your future around Zachariah and Okongwu and Jalen Johnson. Like that'd be your core that you would build around. You adding older veterans, I mean, just to keep losing, like you might as well, if you're gonna lose, you might as well get something for losing instead of just a replacement. Like I'd rather keep Trey if that's the case. I wouldn't do this trade.
Honestly, though, I don't think it's a bad trade.
Mm.
I mean, I think it's probably decent for both sides. Because I feel like the Heat, you finally get this offensive player. If I was them, I'd try to sneak in Terry Rozier instead of Tyler Hero, but they're not going for that. But if I got to, it is what it is. You finally get this offensive juggernaut in Trae Young, who is a great passer. He's a great passer, and then you get off that big contract of his. So it's like, well, Trae Young is 26. So it depends. Like I'm not saying you, but if somebody want to say he's older, because you just said Tyler Hero don't fit the timeline, so Trae Young don't fit the timeline either. So
He don't.
all right then. So I'm getting basically a younger player in Tyler Hero who is on a good contract. I'm getting a good big Khalil Ware. Depends on could they? Not gonna say they will. You could pair him and a Kongu together. It's up to them. I don't know. That's up to them. Duncan Robinson is there for just salary cap purposes. He's there just to match the salary. Then once that contract up, he will never be on my team ever again. You get a 2029 pick. That pick, the Heat, who knows what the Heat are in 3 years? They probably be trash. Actually, that's 4 years. They probably gonna be bad.
I mean, it's unprotected, so it's based off the Hawks record. Then it don't really matter about.
So we don't even know what the Hawks are. The Hawks probably be mid. So it is what it is. I think it's not bad. I think it's because Trae Young is better than Tyler Hero, but it's probably because that contract. Because Trae Young, what did he get paid? I think he got a $200 million contract.
He should have.
I think so. Let me look. I'm checking it right now. Yep, 5 years, 215. You getting off that contract, and you get Tyler Hero contract. Yeah, Trae Young, you paying Trae Young 43, 45, got a player option for 48. It's like, do we really want that type of contract on our team? And like you said, we know we gonna lose. Might as well just get a younger player. Not saying he's better, but just get a younger player. I think the trade isn't that bad. I think it's not bad. I give it like a C, but I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's bad.
I think
Tyler Hero getting paid 4 year, 120.
I think you can get more for Trae.
Oh, I agree. I just don't think it's bad. I don't think it's terrible though. Because I mean, you still getting another guy that can score, not as good as Trae, but can score and still can handle the ball. And you get another big. Could they pair Kongu and Khalil Ware and have Jalen Johnson move to the 3?
I mean, we don't know how good Khalil Ware is. That's another reason why I was hesitant on the trade. If we knew how good Khalil Ware was, then that would make the trade a wholly different. You dig, but we don't know how good he is.
All right, the next trade. The Milwaukee Bucks and the Portland Trailblazers. Man, they giving up. The Milwaukee Bucks get Jeremy Grant, and the Blazers get Chris Middleton and a 2031 pick. First round pick.
Bro, I'm not.
I give this an A.
I'm not doing this. Yeah, for the Bucks. I'm not doing this, though. If I'm the Blazers, why would I want Chris Middleton? He gets hurt every year. But you don't need him.
But I think he's on the last year of his deal.
So if this is just
just to get Jeremy
Grant, yeah, that's all it is. That's literally all it is. And then you get a first round pick for it in 2031. But it doesn't even say if it's unprotected or not.
Nah, it doesn't. Chris Middleton.
So it's like,
okay, so Chris Middleton has a player option left. So
he's gonna opt into that.
So you just get Chris Middleton for a year, and then it is what it is. Or low key, you know how they be in the NBA. He probably asks for a buyout.
Yeah, I was gonna say a buyout.
You know, when you get traded to a weak team, they ask for a buy. You know, that's
Mhm.
so he might do that. And the Blazers, depending on how they are, they might just give him majority of his money, then he can go. That's just to basically get out Jeremy Grant's contract.
I'm like, yeah, it's a great trade for the Bucks. It would definitely help the Bucks. It helped the Bucks a lot.
It puts them back into championship contender.
Mm,
Depends on what you think of
no,
Jeremy Grant.
no. They still have Doc Rivers. No,
Ah! And Darvin
no,
Ham.
no.
But Jeremy Grant stay healthy. Honestly though, he's probably better than Chris Middleton right now. Anyway,
Yeah, he
Jeremy
is.
Grant's probably better than him.
I think he is.
He's more athletic, not the shooter, but I think he's just a better player than him right now.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it. You get off that Chris Middleton contract and you get a 2031 pick. Honestly, in 2031, the Bucks might be terrible.
Yeah.
They might be terrible. Giannis probably won't
Giannis
even
might
be
leave.
here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I would have did it too. All right, this is the last trade. Damian Lillard creates a new big three with the Lakers. So it's a 3-team trade. The Lakers get Damian Lillard. The Milwaukee Bucks get Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura, D'Angelo Russell, a 2029 unprotected first-round pick. And the Pistons get Christian Wood and a 2025 second-round pick.
But why are the Pistons even in this trade?
They got to match salary. You know, you got to match the salary. And somebody got to take Christian Wood.
So you go back to the Pistons?
Man, he probably get waived, bro.
He played good when he was with the Pistons, though.
Bro, that was what, like 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
Probably longer than that.
That was a minute ago.
I
don't like it. I'm not giving you
like
Austin Reeves. I don't care.
Yeah, it's
I'm
because
not
of
doing
Austin
it.
Reeves now. I don't like it, bro.
I'm not doing it.
Like you could have D'Lo, my first 2029 first round, and Rui.
I'll put
Austin
Bronny in
Reeves
there.
now. But
I'll put Bronny in the trade.
Dang.
I'll put Bronny in there.
I think Bron do it. If Bronny was in there, he'd be like, you know what, do it.
You think so?
Yes. If he can get Dame, yes, I think he would do it. Yes.
Bron probably would do it low key.
And then he'll retire the next year when they win a ring. If they get Dame this season, they win in the ring, bro. They'll win in the ring.
I think we win in the ring anyway. But no, I'm not giving you Austin Reeves, bro.
No.
Like, I'll probably give you Doncic Connect low key before
that's
Austin
hard
Reeves.
Too. Yeah, before Austin Reeves for sure. But that's
what I'm saying.
I wouldn't want to give him up either.
Bro, you gotta pick Austin Reeves. Which white boy? Which one? Which one you picking? Which one you giving up?
Low key, I would rather give up Reeves.
You crazy.
I ain't gonna lie. Connect the better shooter, G.
But who's the better player? Who's the better player?
Austin Reeves is the better player, but I give up Reeves.
And I'm not using age against it either, because Doncic Connect 23 and Austin Reeves only 26, so it's not like it's a big difference. Now, if Austin Reeves was like this, 26, and Doncic Connect would say like 19, I would understand it more. But it's not a big age gap. Nah, I gotta keep Austin Reeves. He better right now. He better, especially when we trying to win. Nah, I can't give up.
I don't even think even if you do put Connect in there, I still don't think they'll do it because they got still have technically they would still have Giannis if they did this trade.
They have Giannis. They have Giannis, Chris Middleton whenever he comes back, Brook Lopez. You get D'Lo, you get Rui, and you get Doncic Connect. And I'll throw in Bronny too. We can make it 4 players. I'll throw in Bronny in there too. So you getting all that for just Dame? And Dame old too. Dame like 34, I think. I think he's 34. Why do I want to say he's 36? Dame is 34. Yep, 34. Yeah.
I mean, I love it for the Lakers. Love it.
Love it. Not
Dame.
Not if I gotta give up Austin, bro. Not if I gotta give up Austin. I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
That bench gonna be boo-boo though.
Who, ours?
Yeah, if we get Dame, and
bench is already bad now anyway. Yeah, we're screwed regardless. We're screwed. But that is it for our reaction to Bleacher Report Blockbuster trades. Now we're gonna talk about The new All-Star format. Consists of 4 teams. It will be 3 All-Star teams and then 1 team from the Rising Stars. So I guess whoever wins that will be the 4th team. And instead of it just being East versus West, we're going to do it in 4 teams. What is your take on the new All-Star format?
I like it. I honestly like it. I think it's different. The All-Star game the last couple of years has been terrible. It hasn't really been competitive. They tried to get the competitive spirit going back. That didn't work. And I think with splitting them up into 4 teams, well, 3 teams and then the Rising Stars, it'll make it more competitive because the Rising Stars, they're the up and coming players. They're supposed to be the potential next All Stars and things of that nature. So they're going to be hungry out there to show their talent, showcase their talent against the best players in the league on a big stage like this with millions of people watching. And then it allows the players who want to actually compete in the All-Star game to actually compete. So I think there's going to be more competitive teams. It's going to be a competitive, and it's only to like 40 points, they were saying, for the semifinals, and then like 25.
Points, then final game up to 25.
25. So it's like it's gonna be you can't just play out there now because it's only the 40 points and 25 points, so you can't play around. So I think it's gonna be more competitive. I just wish it was a higher point total though. Like 40 points they could at least did 50.
So my thing is, how are they gonna draft? You think they're gonna draft players like how they did? Because how are you gonna split it up with the 3 All-Stars? How you gonna do that?
They probably have one captain in each team. Well, one captain each team.
How would that work though? Because obviously, you gotta have a captain from the East and then a captain from the West. Then who would be like
I guess the second highest. Well, the third highest. So whether it's from the East or the West, whoever the third highest is, that's who get the other team captain.
So I like I like that they're trying something different. And with the Rising Stars, I feel like one of these All-Star teams, I don't feel like they're gonna want to lose to a Rising Stars team.
Exactly.
I think they gonna actually, like y'all some youngsters. I think they're gonna do it like, they be putting like a G League team in there, some G League players, not a team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically first, second, and G League players. No All-Star want to lose to no G League players or no second, first year players. So I feel like whatever team goes up against them, they're gonna try and beat them. They're gonna try and blow them out low key. My thing is, it's just bad that we have to keep switching it up just for it to be competitive. Like that's what I don't like. So Gilbert Arenas, I don't know if you watched his pod yesterday, and they was talking about the format, and he said they should, after every quarter, whoever wins the quarter, that team should win some money. If you win that quarter, so if you win the first, so let's just say the East first win. If the East wins the first quarter, you get some money. If the West wins the second quarter, you win some money. Yada yada. He thinks because everybody wants some money. Everybody. I don't care how rich you are. We want some money. So he thinks they should do it that way. What do you think of that?
I mean, I feel like it makes it more exciting for the players and makes it more competitive for the players, but would that make the viewership go up though? You know what I mean? Because it's like we're not the ones winning the money. Like, yeah, these guys are playing more competitive and it's giving us better games for the All-Star weekend, but some people probably still wouldn't tune in. We would have to see how many people tune in this year once they do the format.
I think people go tune in this year because it's something.
It's different. Yeah, it's different.
We want to see.
It's different.
They should have went back to the target score.
I like it. Yeah, they should have kept the target score, but added this format. That's what they should have did. But I like it because it's like on top of that, we've always like the Rising Stars challenge. Me personally, I always wanted to see more from the Rising Stars and the All-Star break besides just the All-Star game. I mean, they may compete in the skills challenge. But other than that, I wanted to see more from the Rising Stars. So it gives us that. And then it's like a passing the torch moment too. Like the Rising Stars are gonna play against the All-Stars, the future All-Stars and stuff. So I like it.
I think they're still gonna bring back the 3-point thing with Sabrina and them. If they add Caitlin Clark, I think it's
Caitlin Clark, so they say that it potentially supposed to be Clay and Caitlin Clark. So Caitlin
if
Clark
they
and
do that,
Sabrina versus Steph and Clay.
that will
That'd be
bring some
cold.
numbers. That will
Yeah,
put
that'd
some
be
numbers.
cool. I would watch that. I will watch that.
I just the fact that the 3-pointer is better than the All-Star game is actually pretty sad.
Yeah. The dunk contest is gone, bro. That's
You
that.
think that's it? You think it's over with for
Yeah,
that?
it's over with for that, bro. Nobody watching no more. It's not creative, and then they be missing dunks. Like it's not like how it used to be.
Hey, that one with the one with Cole Anthony and them, that was probably the worst one, bro. The one when he was dunking in the
The
Tim.
Tims, bro, and the
It was
Tim.
Jericho Sims. I think Cole Anthony was in there. I think Jalen Green.
Trey
Bro,
Murphy. Was
Jalen
Trey
Green
Murphy?
was probably the most athletic. He was just missing dunks.
Was Trey Murphy in that one?
I think so. I think Trey Murphy was in there.
Yeah.
I don't even know who won that one, if we're being honest. I don't even
I
know
don't
who.
either. The
Like,
last dunk contest I truly remember is the Zach LaVine and Aaron Gordon. That's the last one I remember.
man, bruh, I like what Stephen A. Smith said a couple of years ago. I like what he said. He said that they should go around the world, not around the world, but go around the US, go into let's just say, okay, you go to Chicago. I guess you put on the internet, you put on social media and say, hey, we're doing like dunk tryouts or whatever. Cause you hoop, bro. You hoop way more than me. So I know you see a lot of people that low key can really dunk. So bring them there, because there's probably some people that do some crazy dunks. Bring them there, whoever has the best dunks or whatever. Say like the best three. You bring those three, then you go to like Baltimore, Miami, whatever, Florida, whatever. And then bring them all together, and then I guess it could be like a team. And then, money for charity and all that. I think that would actually be crazy. But the thing is, to a casual fan, who is these people?
Yeah, who gonna watch it?
Who are these people?
Who's
Who
gonna
are
watch it?
they?
Like it's a good idea, but
I think it's
who
a
gonna
great
watch
idea.
that?
Me personally, I think it's a great
Yeah,
idea.
who gonna watch that though? Nobody ain't gonna watch
Because if
that.
I see somebody that's named Bobby Murphy or
Hill.
something, I'll be like, bro, who is this dude?
Yeah, bro.
I think it's a great idea, because there's a lot of people that be dunking, but bro, no superstars join it. I think if the superstars join it, I think it'll be better. But it's like, if you ain't gonna do nothing crazy, it's like, come on, man.
Because then on top of that, dunking hurts, bro. That hurts your hand. So most of them don't want to get hurt. I haven't either, but from the people I know that can dunk, they say it hurts their hands.
I bet.
They just need to get rid of the dunk contest entirely. Come up with something new. You gotta replace that. Either that or get rid of it as a whole.
That's not gonna happen.
And do like a NBA celebrity game or something.
I don't want that, bro.
I mean, I'd rather watch that than a dunk contest. If the NBA did a celebrity game and got a bunch of like high profile celebrities, I'd rather watch that than
That's the thing, bro. They be bringing out people that nobody never heard of. Like, bro, I get it. Like, I feel like, to say our generation, we know who Kai is. Some people know who Micah Parsons is, but let's just say to some older people, it's like, who are they? Like if they bring out, say, like Kevin Hart again, or like a Chris Brown, or Quavo been in there a lot. If they bring out those,
Lil
I think
Dicky,
people would tune in.
Adam Sandler, like
Adam Sandler or something like that.
That
but they be bringing out like these younger generation people and people that nobody never heard of. So it's like, come on. You think they should bring one-on-one?
Yeah. Man, I think the one-on-one or a celebrity game, I think that'll be good. I really do like the one-on-one though. The only thing with the one-on-one is, are you gonna get high-profile players to play? Like you gotta offer some real untaxed money for these superstars to play. Because imagine Kyrie versus Steph, or Ja versus somebody, or like I don't know, bro. It could be some good matchups out there though. It'd be what everybody wanted to see.
So, yeah, okay, before I read this list, they should do like a meal.
A meal?
A meal. Bro, the NBA is $1 billion company. Come on, man. Y'all don't act cheap. Stop acting cheap.
How many players?
Mm. Well, from the All-Star, so you get 12. And you pick it by random, I guess. You
Marion.
randomize it. Because it's 12, so that's 24. Yeah, you just randomize it. So let's just say you randomize LeBron versus Tyrese Halliburton or something. Like you randomize it. Something like that.
It low-key literally had to be like 1 or 2 points. Nah, 3, probably like 3. First to 3.
The first to 3, not the first to
Yeah.
like 5.
Nah, because if you're doing it, if it's 24 players, I mean it's gonna be 12 matchups. It can't be that long.
Or
So
they
I
could do
think
it like how it be on 2K.
and then they could do it like then they're gonna have to do it like a tournament. So it's like yeah, first to 3. Because then that way, if you do 5 or something, you could potentially get hurt in that 3 possessions. That's like 3 jump shots, a layup or something, or 2 jump shots, a layup, or
So on this celebrity game, they had Jennifer
this the
Hudson.
NBA. This the NBA.
This from last year. Jennifer Hudson. We all know what Jennifer Hudson is. Meta
Mhm.
World Peace. I think everybody knows who Meta World Peace is. Micah Parsons. You know, I think we know, but it's like, CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud can hoop.
I'm not saying he can't,
He can
but it's
hoop.
like, Then they bringing out, I don't even know, IndyCar race series, Connor Daly. I'm not gonna lie,
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who
I don't know
that
who
is.
that is.
Award nominated recording artist, AJ McLean. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either.
Walker Hayes, don't know who that is. And Sir,
I know who Sir is.
Adam Blackstone,
Don't know who that is.
Lily Sign,
Don't know who that is.
actors Dylan Wayne, Quincy Isaiah, Kai Sinet,
Know him.
Tristan Jazz, don't know who that
He a
is.
YouTuber. I know him. He a YouTuber.
Jack
though.
Ryan and Kwame Wachi.
Yeah, they got bro. Most of those people didn't even play. Like Jennifer Hudson, I don't think. No, I think she played, but like she played like a minute or 2 or something like that.
Like, bro, some of these people we don't like. Some people just don't know, and it's like y'all got to get the high. Man, you bring Beyonce out there, man, it might break the.
Bro, Beyonce not hoping, bro.
I know, bro. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but you gotta bring out some high profile celebrities that play basketball, bro. It's mostly gonna be like I like the whole NBA. I mean, like old NBA players and NFL players and stuff. I like that. I like that aspect of it. But they need to get some actual. It's mostly gonna be like rappers though. I mean, granted, I don't know too many singers or actors that really hoop.
Bring Common in there or something. Like, come on.
Yeah, Common. Yeah, I don't think Common old now. He probably ain't gonna do that.
But
it depends on who all playing. It depends on who all playing.
It's a name. But that is it for our reaction to the new All-Star format. I got one last thing. Then we could probably get out of here unless you got something else. Do you think Draymond Green should have got suspended for his flagrant one against Zach Edey? Because according to Stephen A. Smith, he said that sources said that a lot of people wanted Draymond Green should be suspended. Should he got suspended?
Low key, I'm gonna say yeah. And the reason I'm gonna say yeah is because of what he said on his podcast, and then all his previous, antics that he's had. Because when he low key pulled Zach Edey foot. Like he pulled his leg, bro. It'd be different if his leg or something got caught there, but bro, you literally put your arm down and squeeze it so he wouldn't be able to move, bro. Like, what are you doing here? He could have got a knee sprain or anything could have happened. Then if he's out for 3 to 4, 5 games or however long,
they say he week to week.
So come on now, bro. You potentially hurt this man for real. Like for what? Like Draymond can be dirty sometimes. I understand you gotta do anything you can to win, but he be playing dirty sometimes. And then he went on the podcast and said that Taylor Jenkins is making Zach Edey soft, crying for a foul. Bro, you pulled the man's leg. What are you talking about? If somebody would have did, I guarantee you, if somebody would have did that to Draymond, what he would have did on this podcast? He would have went on there and talked about it.
He would have talked about it.
Come on now. And you just don't want them to talk about you because you don't want the league to suspend you and look into it. That's the only reason. But he
No,
deserved to get suspended for that.
he said Taylor Jenkson is too emotional. So what you want him to say? Like, you don't want him to say about like his player defend him or something. You want to be like, nah, rub it off, brother. He just
Bro,
pulled
it's
it.
they only big too. That's my only big.
I'm probably gonna say, yeah, he should have got suspended because, brother, you choked out somebody, you punched somebody last year. It's like this is
Stepped
every
on
year.
somebody. Stepped on somebody.
Stepped on Sabonis' head in the playoffs. This is every year, bro. And you always gonna try and defend your actions, but bruh, no, no, it's not good. Like, and then you saw when he said they want Draymond suspended because the ratings low. I don't think that's the reason. I don't think that's the reason why.
No.
Brother, you just do too much. You're a good player. You're a Hall of Famer. But you're a dirty player. Let's just be honest. You're a dirty player. You kick Steven Adams in the private parts in the playoffs back in the day. It's like, bro, it's every year.
My thing is, how you gonna call Taylor Jenkins emotional when you publicly came out and said that you wear your emotions on your sleeve, which makes you emotional. You're very emotional. So call make it make sense, bro.
Like, am I tripping, or does every time Draymond Green get called for a foul, he basically jumping in the air and always saying something like every time it's a foul? Like, that's emotional, bro. That's emotional. Bro, it's a foul. You can easily be like, oh my God, whatever. Like, you be like, oh my, like what? You be doing all this extra stuff, bro. Like, you don't gotta do all that. You don't have to. Like, it's no reason. I'm low-key surprised they didn't suspend him. Because didn't we say before, like, the season started, it was like over under Draymond suspension? I'm still taking over, though. I'm still taking over on that one suspension. I'm still taking that. I think he will get suspended eventually, though. I definitely agree with that. But Draymond, like, y'all playing good too, man. And you ain't had no problem so far. And then here we are doing this. Like, bro, you had no reason to grab that man leg. No reason, bro. Because you want to stop a fast break, bro. We being honest. You could have hurt that man Achilles or something, or his calf. Like, you could have really done that by doing something dirty. Like, I feel like a lot of people, we like what you do. We like that you're a good player, but it's like, you're still a dirty player, brother. Like, at the end of the day, you're still a dirty player. Well, unless you have anything else. Oh, well, this not really like, this not gonna take long, but Luka Doncic is out for a week with a sprained wrist, with a wrist strain. What's your takes on that?
Let me see.
That should be reevaluated.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see who they play in the next week. Let me go to the schedule.
Oh, and then we can do our who's gonna win tonight. Then that's it. Then we'll be done with that.
So next week, what's today? Is what, Thursday?
They play the Nuggets tomorrow.
So they play the Nuggets, the Heat, the Hawks, and the Knicks.
They could go like 2-2 or 3-1.
Yeah, I'll probably say 1, 2, 3, 4. Because the Hawks is a W for sure.
Yeah.
The Nuggets might be a W. So I that's 2.
He could be a W too. That's why I said 3-1.
Yeah, I don't think 3-1. They could potentially go 3-1.
If Kyrie Irving keeps playing like this, he's playing amazing. If he keeps playing like this, I think they'll be okay.
They got an easy schedule. They got a couple of easy games after that, because then they got the Jazz, the Blazers, the Grizzlies.
They lost to the Jazz.
And the Raptors.
They lost to the Jazz. That might not be a free W.
We'll see.
I don't think I think it's nothing, honestly. Like, it's a wrist, and wrist sprains hurt. I ain't gonna cap. Wrist hurt. Like, that stuff hurts. So take your time. It's still early in the season. I think he'll be okay. All right. Oh yeah, then we could do I guess, yeah, we could do Cup games tomorrow. We could do for the Cup games. Then that's it. But for tonight, who's going to win these games tonight? We got the Pistons and the Hornets.
I got my Pistons. Dog.
I got the Pistons. The Pistons are going to win. Timberwolves and the Raptors.
I got T-Wolves.
I got the Timberwolves. The Spurs and the Jazz.
I got Spurs.
I got the Spurs, hoping Wemby comes back tonight. And then the last game is the Magic and the Lakers. Who do you have winning?
The Lakers.
I got my LA Lakers, LeBron James, GOAT James, King James, man. Now, we're going to be predicting the Cup games for tomorrow. The NBA Cup games for tomorrow. The Hawks and the Bulls.
They both. But I'm going to go Hawks.
I'm going to go the Bulls. I think the Bulls, they're at home. I think the Bulls can get a W out the Hawks. Nets and the Sixers.
I got the Sixers.
I got the Sixers. They'll get this. They need a W. They'll get right back on track, man. Get that third W of the year. Celtics and the Wizards.
Celtics.
They're favored by 16. They'll blow them out. Warriors and the Pelicans.
Warriors.
The Warriors. I got Warriors. Steph Curry will go crazy against the Pelicans. Pacers and the Bucks.
Give me the Bucks.
Give me the Bucks. I think surprisingly they've been playing some good ball recently. I think they're 4-1 in their last 5 games. I think the Bucks will get a W against the Pacers. The Pacers have been playing very bad. Blazers and the Rockets.
Give me the Rockets.
Give me the Rockets. Rockets are playing great ball. Mavericks and the Nuggets.
I'm gonna go Nuggets. I think Jokic is gonna come back.
I got the Nuggets, man. No Luka. Jokic comes back. I got the Nuggets. And the last game is the Kings and the Clippers.
I'm going to go Kings.
I'm going to go the Clippers. I don't know the status of DeMar and Sabonis, so I'm going with the Clippers. James Harden gets a W. So that is it for the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. Great show. Heated debate. You know we got y'all, man. We got y'all. And follow us on all social media platforms on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter. Follow us on everywhere, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see y'all next time.